Imagine for a moment a picture of a man with no skeleton. How does he look? He's got all of his other parts, by the way. He's got his internal organs, his skin, flesh, muscles, all that, but no skeleton. What does he look like? Chances are you're probably picturing a blob on the floor, right? Without a skeleton, a body cannot stand. The body has no structure, no form, and it really doesn't have much purpose. All right, take that imagery and get it out of your head, because that metaphor does serve its purpose in this video, which is to talk about lack of structure in stories and presentations. A key rule of speaking and presentations is without a structure, there is no message. I've seen far too many presentations where people got up and started sharing research and PowerPoint pictures, told stories, vignettes, but there was no method to their madness. It was just almost like a stream of consciousness. Keep this phrase in mind. If there is no structure, there is no message. And I'm not pointing fingers, by the way. Ask me how I know this. For the first few years of my financial planning career, when I was doing presentations and workshops, they were a disaster. People were walking out of those events, they were confused, they had no idea why they were there, and they didn't sign up for appointments, which was the reason we were doing them in the first place. So I'm definitely not pointing fingers. I'm trying to save you the time, frustration, and embarrassment that I went through for years. Over the next few videos, we're going to talk about how to create a structure, a world-class speaking structure, so that your messages not only are heard in the moment, but they're remembered and people will act on them. What you're going to pick up today is the first step of creating a world-class structure, and it's the concept of the foundational message. This is the message that is the measuring stick for your entire presentation. It is the foundation that people will remember and talk about long after they hear your talk, and hopefully they'll act on. So as an example, in my financial planning days, we had many types of workshops that we conducted. Some were about women and money. Others were about insurance and protecting your family. Some were about investments, tax planning. So we ran the gamut. But what we never did was combine issues. The reason we did that is because we didn't want people walking out confused. We were very laser focused on each specific topic. And when we started doing that, we got great response, and we had a lot more people sign up and come in for appointments, and we helped a lot more families that way. Just as an example, when we would talk about long-term care planning for families, and this is becoming a big issue in America, we would focus on what was the emotional impact on the family. We would talk about how to schedule families and have meetings so that people were talking about this. We were really opening up dialogue. We didn't get into talking about investment strategies or tax planning strategies. We might touch upon insurance because that was an important part of the planning. We didn't get into all the different types of insurance. It was very focused. But the phrase or the message that we were walking away with, or we had the audience walk away with, was, what is your plan to protect your family from long-term health problems? That was the question, that was the message, and everything we put into that presentation was measured against that thought. So as you put your next presentation together, ask yourself and ask others, is this message concise? Is it focused on a specific topic that people will, first of all, want to hear about, and secondly, will they walk away understanding what the point of that was? So work on your foundational message. And remember that everything that goes in that talk will be measured against that message. If it supports the message, it stays. If not, it goes. Work on that idea, and then when we come back in our next video, you'll hear about the big promise. This is what the audience will get when they leave your presentation. Until the next video, always remember, you have a message that someone needs to hear. Tell that message well, and you'll impact more lives than you can ever imagine.